I feel like GPT 5.1 just came out, but here we are, 3 weeks later, and OpenAI is releasing GPT 5.2. I think this is largely a response to Gemini and Claude and probably even Grok, and a lot of the reports saying how much better they were than 5.1, and OpenAI had their whole Code Red incident, and here we are, 3 weeks later. So this is OpenAI's article introducing GPT 5.2. I'll talk about a couple pieces of it. I'll link the article down in the description if you want to read the whole thing. And the first part is this benchmark section. It's pretty common. A lot of the major companies will do this, and they run their own internal testing, and then they'll post whatever benchmark saying that the new model beat everything. I think this one's interesting because they only compare it to GPT 5.1, which is their old model. A lot of the other ones would have, maybe Gemini 3 on here, or for Claude 4.5 Opus, or Claude 4.5 Sonnet, or Grok 4.1, or some other model that isn't an OpenAI model. But it was probably a time thing because it's only been a couple of weeks. But anyway, I'll move on. And let me see, where are you? So if I go all the way down to the availability and pricing section. So this is December 11th, which is the date of this article, and everything just came out today. It's only, 5.2 is only on these plans, so it's basically only on the paid plan. So that would be Plus, Pro, Go, Business, or Enterprise. So if you're on the free plan, you probably don't see it yet. And the thing to note is if you use ChatGPT, which I'm assuming is most people who are listening to this, let me highlight this. GPT 5.1 is still going to be available for paid users for 3 months. After that, they're going to sunset it. So that means that this model that just came out 3 weeks ago is only going to be available for 3 more months. So if you have this in different automations, or you're using it, and if you're using it for anything, and using ChatGPT, know that in 3 months you will not have access to it anymore, according to this. Scrolling down slightly, if you're using it through the API, this section here says they have no current plans to deprecate 5.1, 5, or 4.1 in the API. And whenever they do decide to do it, they'll give ample notice. The pricing here, if you're using API, so this is 5.2. Chat latest is instant if you use ChatGPT. But through the API, that version, basically the faster version, it's 1.1, $1.75 input, and then $14 output. It's per million tokens. And then for Pro, it's $21 for input, and then $168 output per million tokens. And these are the comparisons for 5.1. So it's a pretty decent cost bump. And their thing, where are you? GPT 5.2 is priced higher per token because it's a more capable model. I mean, your mileage may vary, so try it out and see what you think. See if you think it's worth the extra cost. I'll leave that up to each of you. Let me go back up. And then the other thing, this is just more benchmark, a lot of benchmark stuff. So they have a section in here where, let me go back slightly. So one of the big things with Gemini 3 is they really called out their generative UI. So basically using Gemini to create other interfaces, and just even like one-time interfaces for all kinds of different things. The models could do it for a while, but they actually call it out and said there's a focus on doing that. And I think this is OpenAI's answer to that. So in GPT 5.2, they're calling out, hey, we can do this too. So they have three prompts here: ocean wave simulation, what is this, holiday card builder, and typing rain game, that basically create new interfaces just to, I think, show again, though, hey, we can do this too. I did this one, the typing rain game, just because I wanted to try out the model and I just wanted to see how fast it was or just and how well it did. So I'll show you what that looks like. What I saw, the model was actually pretty slow. I think that's because it's brand new. It just came out today. Everyone's using it. So it's usually have to wait a couple of days to get a good assessment. But this is just ChatGPT's interface, and I didn't change anything in here. So this is the model that it starts with. So it's 5.2 now. If you don't see this yet, again, you might have to check back later. But if I come in here, again, it defaults to 5.2 auto. It's also instant. There's thinking. I have Pro. Again, if you have, I believe it's business or enterprise or Pro, you'll get access to the Pro model. So if you don't see this, then you probably have a plus plan or a free plan or something where you don't see this. And then you may not have as many legacy models. Again, it's just the plan that I'm on. But these are the older models. They're in here too. So I'm just going to leave this on 5.2 auto, which is basically their router that will pick the quote-unquote best model for whatever you're doing. And then just taking the prompt from this page, I'm going to paste this in here just to show you what this looks like. So I just copy and pasted, no changes, and I'm just going to let it go. I'm probably not going to run the whole thing because, again, like just when I did this a minute ago, the coding was pretty slow. Yeah, this is pretty slow. I mean, it's probably faster than you can type and figure out all the logic in it, but just for how long some of these can be, like this is really slow. And when I did it before, it took probably 5 minutes to do, I think it was about 750 lines of code. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here for 5 minutes. I don't think you want to sit here for 5 minutes. So I'm going to stop this and then, there we go. So I'm going to stop this and then go to the one that I already did. We'll go here and close that. And again, this is all the way to the top. This is the exact same prompt. And I'm just going to click preview and canvas here so we can see what we're dealing with. I'm going to stop for a second. And if you don't know anything about code, and this is just going to look like a foreign language to you, but this is HTML and scroll down, and then this is all CSS and more HTML and script. This is your JavaScript. And then we go to the end. So it's 749 lines of code, all HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And then I can preview it here. And again, it looks kind of similar to what's on their page. Like this is the interface that they have on their page. And this is what it made for me. It's close. The game didn't actually work. It kind of works. The whole thing that it's supposed to do is that, well, words are going to fall from the top of the screen, and then I type them out and then hit enter, and then as I hit enter, the words disappear. And the whole thing is if you can type fast enough, you can prevent the word from hitting the bottom. When the word hits the bottom, you lose. What happens on this one, I type one word and it goes away, and then the next ones don't. I'll play through it really quickly. Let me see, that is, oops. Velocity goes away, and then if I do traffic, nothing happens. And then if I do drizzle, nothing happens. I already lost. But I think this is supposed to actually clear each time, and it doesn't. Stop that and go away. So, I mean, honestly, I don't think that's it. For me, it's not a huge deal, because I could just go into the code. If I cared, I could take the code and save it out of here and then find that piece of it and fix it and then just have a working game. If it's something that's out there for the vibe coder, the person who doesn't know how to code and just relies on ChatGPT to make this. I would call this unusable. I'm not a huge fan of vibe coding, but I mean, it's a lot of people are right now. So it's like, if just keep that in mind. It's just, especially with the brand new model, it might not work. Their model, their prompt, and their generative UI from their blog post didn't work for me, and it was very slow. Just because I'm curious, I want to take the same prompt and I want to. This is Gemini, and this is Gemini 3, the one of the models that kind of triggered this whole 3-week new model thing from OpenAI. I want to see how fast this is in Gemini. So again, same prompt from the OpenAI blog post, and let's see what happens. Give it a second. All right. I mean, I'm not gonna go through that one either. It's probably at about the same pay, a little bit faster, but it's comparable. So okay. Trying to think if there's anything else. I'll stop that and go to a new chat. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything else. Oh, I mean, so much of this is going to depend on your specific use case. So I would say go into ChatGPT if you have the model available, play around, do the things that you would normally do with 5 or 5.1, whichever model you're using now, and see how this compares. I think they have examples on here on this post, but I don't think it's going to really matter until you try it with your use cases and how you use it. So try it out and see. Like I said, the things that I've done on here, they were okay. I don't know if it was worth. I don't know that it's. I noticed anything better. It's just a different model. So yeah, I mean, try it out, see what you think, and let me know if you have any questions, and see you next time.